Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So what today's video is about is the next installment of the Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays. And that is a collaboration between 7 different channels, 7 different witches, where we choose a topic each week. On a Wednesday, we release our videos. And I always just happen to do it right at the last minute. So, yup, it's Wednesday. The topic today is war water. But that's just really not my thing. So I decided to make some peace and love water. So first I wanted to start off with showing you some of the components that I am planning on putting into my water. So for starters, I'm going to be putting some fresh basil out of my garden. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I just picked these this morning. Some lavender out of my garden that I just picked this morning. Some fresh sage leaves, also out of my garden. A couple of things of mint here, sprigs of mint. I plan on putting some amethyst chips, some quartz chips. This is some selenite that has been ground down. Just a little bit of lavender essential oil and some rose absolute. I have some rose petals here. I have a love candle that I created quite some time ago. It's got all kinds of good stuff in there. I have my mala around this, which is all like rose quartz, amethyst, and some freshwater pearls. I have a grid of some clear quartz around it and a few keys, because I'm also going to be imbuing these keys with love and peace as well. They will be put around the water until the water is used up. And then I have some talismans, some peace and water talismans. I mean peace and love talismans. So, those are the ingredients that I'm going to be adding, and I wanted to, plus I also have some natural spring water I'm going to be adding, but I'm going to wait until I put all of my ingredients in there, which I will be showing you the process, but I wanted to show you beforehand. So I wanted to talk about a few of the items that I have here and why I am putting them in. So the first one, let me kind of do these in alphabetical order, is basil. And first of all, I love the smell of basil. Oh my gosh, it just smells so good. I could just like sniff it for like ever. So it is, the deities for basil is Vishnu and Erzuli. The powers are for love, exorcism, wealth, flying, and protection. I'm reading out of Cunningham's Encyclopedia, Magical Herbs, okay? So what it says about the magical uses of basil. The scent of fresh basil causes sympathy between two people. And this is why it is used to soothe tempers between lovers. It is added to love incenses and sachets and the fresh leaves are rubbed against the skin as a kind of natural love perfume. In Eastern Europe, it was once thought that a young man would love any woman from whose hand he accepted a sprig of basil. How interesting is that? Basil is also used in love divinations. Place 2 fresh basil leaves upon a live coal. If they lie where you put them and burn quickly to the ashes, the marriage or relationship will be harmonious. If there is a certain amount of crackling, the life of the pair will be disturbed by quarrels. If the leaves fly apart with fierce crackling and projected relationship is undesirable. Interesting. There's more to it, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm using it as like a love as well as protection. Okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk about was lavender. Let me find it in my book here. All right, let's see here. Lavender is for love, protection, sleep, chastity, longevity, purification, happiness, and peace. Lavender has long been used in love spells and sachets. Clothing nabbed with the fragrant flowers or lavender placed in drawers with clothes attracts love. A piece of paper on which you've rubbed lavender is excellent for writing love notes. The scent of lavender particularly attracts men, and lavender water or the essential oil was worn by, oh, here's some information for you, prostitutes several centuries ago to both advertise their profession as well as to attract, through magic, customers. Interesting, isn't it? These flowers are also burned or smoldered to induce sleep and rest and are scattered about the home to maintain its peacefulness. The plant is so powerful that if when depressed, one gazes upon the plant, all sorrow will depart and a joyous feeling will settle upon the observer. Let's try it out. Isn't that beautiful? It smells good. Now, there's more, but I'm not going to read on. So let's find mint. Mint is, the deities for mint are Pluto and Hecate, or Hecate. Powers are money, lust, healing, travel, exorcism, and protection. So we have health, healing, we have love or lust, we have money, which is prosperity, and we have protection. Mint has long been used in healing potions and mixtures, and the fresh leaves rubbed against the head are said to relieve headaches. Mint worn at the wrist assures that you will not be ill. Stomach problems can be alleviated by stuffing a green poppet with mint and anointing it with healing oils. And there's more. I just find this so interesting. So then we have the sage, which, I mean, you guys pretty much know sage. This is used for, I mean, essentially clearing, cleaning, purifying, and protection. Ultimately, protection. I don't even need to read that. Now, I will tell you that the actual bottle itself, I got this, which many of you have seen. Whoops, I am so sorry. This is Rosemary that I got from Jessica from Pagan Pathways. I burned that, put it in here, and then shut it up. And when you open it, because I left it, all the smoke like dissipated inside of it. It was like completely filled with rosemary smoke. So then I shut this up, and it's been locked in there pretty much ever since. And when you open it up, you can definitely smell it. I did the same thing with the water that I created for the summer solstice and for the ceremony that I did with my husband. So I do have selenite here that is going to help keep everything protected. I plan on putting all the ingredients in here, which we will get to in just a minute. Oh, I should mention the rose, Which, I mean, you guys know that roses and love are simultaneous, right? But let me tell you what it says in here. Rose, it says, the deities are Hathor, Holda, Eros, Cupid, Demeter, Isis, Adonis, Hippocrates, Aurora. The powers are love, psychic powers, healing, love divination, luck, and protection. Roses have long been used in love mixtures, owing to the flower's association with the emotions. A chaplet of roses worn when performing love spells, remove the thorns, or a single rose in a vase on the altar are powerful love magic. Rose water distilled from the petals is added to love baths. Rose hips, the fruit of the rose, are strung and worn as love-attracting beads. A tea of rosebuds drunk before sleep induces prophetic dreams. Ooh, I didn't realize. To discover their romantic future, women used to take 3 green rose leaves and name each for one of their lovers. The one that stayed green the longest answered the question of which one. Rose petals and hips are also used in healing spells and mixtures, and a rose water saturated cloth laid in the temples will relieve headache pain. Roses are also added to fast luck mixtures and, when carried, act as personal protectants. Rose petals sprinkled around the house calm personal stress and household upheavals. Roses planted in the garden attract fairies and are said to grow best when stolen. Oh, isn't that interesting? So let me just touch base really quickly on a couple of, whoops, my apologies. I just wanted to talk to you really quick about amethyst. It's a quartz. It ranges in color from violet to dark purple. Amethyst is associated with increased nobility, spiritual awareness, meditation, balance, psychic abilities, inner peace, healing, and positive transformation. This stone brings an understanding of death and rebirth and relieves stress. Amethyst is a teacher of all things spiritual, mystic, and psychic. This stone is very healing of the body, mind, and soul. And then one last thing I wanted to touch on, which is the rose quartz. I love amethyst. All right, where are you, rose quartz? It enhances all forms of love, self-love, mother love, caring, kindness, platonic, and romantic love. It opens our hearts and encourages us to be tender, peaceful, and gentle. Emanates unconditional love and nurturance and helps us attract positive, gentle love into our lives. And it teaches us forgiveness and tolerance. So there you have it, guys. Those were all of the, pretty much all of the ingredients I wanted to talk about. So first, let's move this back. Okay, my apologies. Let's move this back. Let us light the candle. And we are going to start putting in all of our ingredients. There's the sage. The mint. That last one was the basil. No, that was the mint, which the mint and the basil are in the same family. Oh, that's so beautiful. I probably should have put that in first because of how long it is. But I like it how it's coming up here anyways. Oh, that's going to bring it down anyways. Oops, I am so sorry. I have to like put this on a little stand. It's such a weird angle that when I hit it, it just shakes. So I'm just going to do a little handful. And a handful of the rose quartz. Now we are going to add the water. And hopefully I do not make a huge mess. We shall see though. I'm not making any promises. This is spring water. Oh my goodness. This is going to be so beautiful. I love seeing herbs, fresh herbs, and flowers. Oh, wow. So we have that. Now I'm going to put some selenite water in there, or I mean some selenite powder. I'm going to put 3 drops. Okay, if I can get it out of here, of the Rose Absolute. You know what? I'm going to put 4 because I like 4 being like strong foundations. And now of the lavender. One, 2, 3, and 4. I think I'm just going to leave that right on there. There we go. Now, I think that is everything. We're going to close it up. That is what it looks like. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I want to put a little bit of glitter. Just a little bit. Not enough to hurt anything, but still I like. I might not even go down. We'll see. Just to add a little bit of sparkle and attract. All right, so let's try this. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to put this on here. It has a grid. I am going to, now I made a spell for it. Peace and love water. Mother, Father God, Mother Gaia, Father Sun, Grandmother Moon, North, South, East, West, Earth, Fire, Air, Water, eternal spirit, please lend me your energy to help me imbue this sacred water and keys with peace, harmony, prosperity, longevity, luck, compassion, and above all, unconditional love. All these things I ask of thee, so mote it be. I'm going to be creating a page in my journal, my Book of Shadows, and I will be adding this. I am going to leave this on my altar. I have a love altar up here behind me. I'm going to leave that on my love altar for probably about 7 days. And then afterwards, I am going to put some of the water into a spray bottle, and I'm going to spray my property lines. Because I think traditionally war water was used on like the land of your enemy in order to like bestow bad things on them. However, I don't want that. I don't want to do any of that kind of magic. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to make my own, and it's going to be peace and love water. And you know, just remember that it is your practice and you can do whatever you want. If you see something, because I had never even heard of war water before, but I was intrigued by it. So I thought, how can I counteract that? If somebody was trying to do that to me, I could just create a barrier of love and peace and harmony around my property and for all the inhabitants that are here, right? So I hope you have enjoyed this. After the 7 days of it being on my altar, I will be putting, I'm not going to use it all either. Like I said, I'm going to put it in a spray bottle, but I will be putting all 3 of these keys on here for the time being. And then when the water runs out, I can put those keys onto something else, maybe some talismans that I hang from like around my windows or my doorway or something like that. All right. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Please be sure to check out the other ladies that are in this Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays collaboration. I will be putting all of their links to their channels down below. And if you would like to do a hashtag or a VR to this as well, it is hashtag warwater. So, and hashtag Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays. Okay? And I am sending you love and light. Thank you.